Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday Q&A. We can go ahead and get started. We don't have any type of theme, any specifics. But yeah, if you've got questions, go ahead and either raise your hand or just unmute yourself and ask a question. Let's try not to interrupt one another and keep going. Yeah, go ahead, River.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I was just wondering, when I go to print statements, we have like Benzinger's root statements, and then we have just like store customer statements. For some reason, the logo doesn't print for the root statements. It just gives like a weird looking square, like in your emails, you know how if you don't approve someone or whatnot, it'll just show any images they have as like that little square. That's what it's printing our statements like for root customers.
I think I got it though. You've
Okay.
got one of your brands is printing off the logo and then the other is not. I'm just going to go ahead and check the settings to check out the brand to see if the logo is showing for both, and then we can go from there. Yeah, so actually there's two areas. If you go into business settings, as long as I assume that you have the ability to, but under
Yeah.
company settings, you'll have to choose the correct brand, so routes, and then if you scroll down, you can see that the logo there is actually, I'm not sure what happened, but it's just showing a preview as if like nothing was ever put in there. I'm sure at some point something was put in there, but maybe I know this happened a couple months ago that somebody lost their logos as well. Maybe it was around the same time frame.
I'm fixing it.
Oh,
Benzinger's.
yeah.
It's a Routes brand.
Yep. Routes
Use the regular logo.
Yeah. So it just got deleted a couple months ago, and I probably didn't notice until now.
Potentially. I mean,
Not sure if it goes back that far. It could be the same issue as this other client. Could be something else happened. I really not sure, and it's hard to tell when it might have changed. I can see if I can tell, but it's doubtful.
Mm-hmm.
The one from company settings, I think, is used for receipt settings unless you put a separate one in, like a black and white scale. Yeah, it should be fixed, and we'll look into the underlying issue. Can you tell me an account I can check?
Not sure. Anne Fox?
Well, her current statement has a logo, and if I make a new one real quick. Yep, it's there. Okay, avoided
Perfect.
the new one. Yeah, looks good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Zach.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. I would like, can you guys show me how to use the KPI, the new fields on the KPI, the computed field? Is there a training or something that I'm super interested to understand the functionality behind that. That's a huge or big question. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Not exactly yet. So it was, yes, we will have some documentation on that, and I intend to learn everything there is to know about it because I'm with you. It looks like it's going to be incredibly powerful and useful. However, it was originally implemented for a non-US client who had some very specific integrations, and they basically couldn't use Smart without it. So we threw it together real quick and implemented it just so they could get going. And then the devs went on, they're all in Sweden, so they went on their, like, there's a national holiday, like basically a month vacation. So that brings us to, yeah, like about a week ago or so, I think most of them got back. So I have already gotten in touch with or reached out to the dev who actually wrote the code, asking him to finish the documentation and to chat with me about it so I can learn a little more about it. So hopefully soon we'll have something. I can't say exactly when, but that's definitely on the docket.
Is there, okay. I've been looking at it and it's like taunting me. Like I consider myself a
Right.
super user. And so is it functional?
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. So the main thing, let me see if I can, I'm going to share my screen in a moment. I'm just going to show you a couple tricks that I have picked up. I think it may also be a little quirky. It may not, it may still have some bugs, basically. There have been, I've attempted to add some variables that seem totally valid and it says it can't use them. So we might need to clean it up a little bit, but I'm going to share my screen real quick here. Okay. Let's go to KPI config and let's do like orders. So in the computed fields here, let me see if I make this a little bigger. Hopefully everyone can see. So one tip I want to give you, you can type in certain things like say agent, things that you are confident are variables, but you can actually hit plus variable and then type freehand whatever, really? No agent? Oh, I might need to change this to string, for example, to find agent. There we go. And then I could do maybe payment setting. This is something I've actually done for someone. So now I have agent plus payment setting, agent and payment setting. So if I give it a name, actually, I'll show you what happens if you don't do this. If you leave the name blank, you come up here and try to add it as a filter, it just gets like a hash ID,
I've
which is
seen that,
fine if
yeah.
that works for you. But if you give it a name, then it will immediately update and it'll show you the name. Now,
That's
I
cool.
actually wasn't going to use this as a filter. I want to group by it. This is how I originally did this or use this. So you come all the way down to the bottom of grouping, agent and payment setting. If I add this, what this lets me do, I need, if I remember correctly, it's 2 ampersands I'll give you. Maybe it's just one. Anyway, there's some format, I think I'm screwing it up, that will, okay, first four restaurant auto pay. There's still, I don't remember how to get the space in there. But idea is with something like this, sometimes people want to aggregate a report in, we only have 2 dimensions we can aggregate normally, vertically and horizontally, rows and columns. So you can sort of simulate deeper aggregation in the rows, for example, if you combine 2 fields and then what you're listing is every combination. So it's, I'm going to see, if I sort it, I should see, oh, it might be a percent sign. Yeah, that's, I don't think that's it. That's fine. I'll figure it out.
The ampersand
Anyway,
was a good guess though, because that's what you use in Excel. So
yeah, right. So yeah, this will give you every combination of agent and payment setting, at least that actually exists in orders. I don't know if it lists them if they're empty. No, it doesn't look like it. And it usually wouldn't for if I just did basic agent grouping anyway. So that's one thing you can do. Other things I've tried with it, in fact, let's just do a different one, is I tried this on an items report and I couldn't get, it wouldn't take the price variable for some reason. But it does it here. Now I wonder if I can do, say like, yeah, sure, before discount amount. So now I could, for example, use that. Yeah, I should be able to grab it in here as a cell or column aggregation. So now, and it's nonsense what I'm adding up, but you know, that's an example of how you can kind of do a
I
little
see.
math and you
I
can,
see the potential.
yeah, there's some, and there's definitely more you can do with it.
I've been afraid to play around with it, so this is just
Right.
helpful, just to kind of get my brain thinking, like what I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
use it for.
And so these options here restrict what formulas are valid. And then I think this has a similar effect. So you want to get the right combination of math, string, Boolean, whatever, and these. And I think when you change to string. Yeah, that locks into text, Boolean. Okay, yeah, it locks in as well. So it's really just when it's math, you need to make sure you choose something appropriate here. So currency would probably be better for price. What I was trying to do with the items report was subtract the item base price from the price on the order, which would, if it was a negative number, it would tell you that the item was priced at $0, but it's more than 0 on the price list. And that's a useful thing to know. For example, I couldn't quite get it to work though. This is earlier today even. But yeah, I'm glad you mentioned this. And as I get more information, I will, I'll probably share it in one of these meetings.
Okay,
Once I have a better handle of what's going on with it.
that's cool. I appreciate you taking this for a test drive when you were not prepared. So you did,
Yeah, absolutely.
you did good.
Appreciate it.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about, I was just brainstorming ways to use this and potentially thinking about like a time clock, like making giving my managers more tools to track people's like overtime, which leads me back to, I think we have an open ticket right now. And I'm just following up on that. We haven't been receiving notifications for overtime.
Hmm.
And I think
Sounds like
it's,
Tyler knows about that one.
yeah,
think
it was
it's-
just, it's probably because like maybe it's the California rules that are screwing with it, or any update on that?
I am not
Yeah.
sure myself.
Yeah, I got it. I don't have an update on it. I can double check it, but from what I saw is that it's a bug, and nobody in Smart's been getting them. Just you're the only one to bring it up, which is surprising because generally people are very like on top of those things to see those. Yeah, some type of edit's been made and it's not working. So actually, that's a good reminder. I'll go back in there after this and see where we are with it, see if we can get that fixed, considering it's hindering a lot of people.
Okay. All right. Thank you both. I gotta, all right. That's it for me for now. Thank you.
All right, sounds good. And then next week, we are probably going to end up back in Zoom because the live support calls are being moved from Zoom to Google Meet. If you've tested it so far today, should have been probably right around noon today. It's been moved to Google Meet, hoping to make it easier for the everyday CSR to use if they need to. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, how are you? Can you explain the process? I'm almost getting ready to go live with the pickup and delivery requests, putting people on the routes. Once we change them to their status from route pending to the specific route that we want, can you just explain a little bit more on they get a message the night before and we just accept them in our system, how all that works?
Yeah. So it kind of comes down to what delivery preference they are. So if you're setting everybody to will call that you're doing this for, generally they will get a text beforehand. It comes down to a couple other settings, whether you're sending delivery and pickup notifications or just pickup notifications. If you're sending it to anybody who's been active with you within the last 2 months, anybody outside of that won't get a message. And then with delivery preference, if you are also what's it called, offering cancellation, that sends a different type of message, but it will still be the day before, as in, hey, we plan on coming by. If you don't have anything, you can just tell us no, and then we won't come by. If that's majority for any of your regular customers.
But that only happens once they have been changed from the route pending to the specific route, correct?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
And then the other thing to be wary of is that, or I guess not wary of, but pay attention to is if you don't have a specific setting turned on where it'll ignore open orders on the account, they won't get messages if they have open orders. So if you pick something up from somebody on Monday, but your route also runs on Tuesday, they won't get that message on on Monday night for the Tuesday if they have an open order. Hope that makes sense.
I see. So if they have walked in themselves the day before directly and dropped something off, they won't get that pickup message.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Unless if you have a delivery message. If
Okay.
you have if you do delivery and pickup, so say you are doing a 1-day turnaround and you're delivering Tuesday, then they'll still get that message as long as it's ready to be delivered by the time that the messages start to go out.
What time is that generally? When does the text messages go out?
Yeah, so each individual instance or company can change it depending on what they would like. Generally, I think default is at 7 p.m., but that's under your route settings,
Okay.
and that can be changed. And then the other thing to pair that up with, I've seen this happen a couple times where people or companies have it set up to where they have an SMS window that is outside of the time that the automation runs. So they'll have their SMS window, which I'm pretty sure is also in company settings. They set it from don't send a message outside of 6 p.m., but then they have their automation set to run at 7 p.m. And then no messages go out. So, or they'll go out early in the morning, like 5 a.m., depending on what they have it set to start that window.
Okay.
And this is for ABC Norterra, right?
Correct. Yeah. And
Gotcha.
what's another way that people have tackled? Right now, I only have one, for example, like one driver that's going to take care of ABC, for example.
Mhm.
If I had just have a temporary person taking care of the route on the Nortera, which is different geographic, can I give them a second phone and just switch over the station, the route stations on those specific 2 days?
So you shouldn't have to actually give them another route phone. They can choose between the routes if it's two different routes.
Okay, but if the other phone is not able to, if I'm not able to get to the other phone, that's staying at ABC. But if I have a different person doing the route for Nortera, am I able to give them a different phone and just change the station? For
Yeah,
those?
totally.
Okay.
You can, but you shouldn't. The way that I'm understanding it, the way that you're describing it is that the two different types of routes, they can switch in between. There's a drop down on there that'll allow them to say, okay, now I'm running the Norterra route, and then you can click that and run that route. So you shouldn't have to switch stations, but
But that's
unless
only
if you want
using
to.
the same phone. If the route person is using the same exact phone to run the
Oh,
route.
right.
Okay.
All right, Marlene, what's going on? You're muted.
Hi.
Hey.
While I have you, Mike, because we worked on San Vicent and that account there, and I'm pretty sure we set up the automatic statement goes every week, and they are telling me that they're not getting it. So
Okay, let me take a look.
me too. Tell me where to go, how that works for automatic statements.
Yeah, so it'll be on the account.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Admin or
just waiting
settings.
for it to load up here. It's going to be under settings.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, St. Vincent.
Receipt,
Oh
customer
gosh,
payment
what's the actual
settings.
account called?
SAN, capital VIC.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm in the wrong instance.
Oh.
Thank you, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's in settings, and then there's invoice settings, and then the first
Settings.
two settings, the first two
Wait.
entries.
Settings, then
Yep.
invoice setting, because I'm
Mhm.
in. I see payment settings, customer webs, invoice settings. Got it. Okay.
Yep, and then the first two settings in there are for statements and invoices respectively. I would only use one at a time, but you should be able to set it to trigger on a particular day of the week instead of day of the month.
Right.
And
So
that'll
we
be for
have
your
it
week.
day of the week, Monday. Pull the
Okay.
door,
Okay, so it is set that way, and
but
they're
they're not
saying they
getting
didn't get
it.
anything.
Right.
So let's see. I do see a statement generated on the 8th, and the 1st. That looks right. This statement says it was mailed rather than emailed. Oh,
There you go.
email automatically is set. Send statement emails is set. That's weird. Okay. have an email address.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as a test, I'm gonna copy that email address into the billing email.
Okay.
What's supposed to happen is Smart checks the billing when Smart wants to email a statement. It checks the billing email address, and if there is one or more there, it sends it to all of them. If there's not, it should pull the regular email address and use that instead. So
Okay.
I'm wondering, so I figure if we add it to the billing email, but we don't change anything else, and it does send, then that means that logic is not working correctly and we need to fix it.
Okay. Can there
But
be more than one email address that receives the invoice or statement?
yes, yeah, you can put multiple addresses in the emails in the billing field, separated by a comma with no space.
With no space.
Yeah, and I'm looking at their contact log,
Mhm.
and we emailed them a statement on the 9th today, and on the 27th and the 26th. So I don't know if maybe the settings were not quite dialed in at that point. The one on the 9th went at 6:43 a.m. Whoa.
43. Okay, so I'll check with them after at 6:43 this morning or yesterday.
This morning.
So why would it go this morning if the day of the week that it's supposed to be sent, it says on Monday?
What's that, Tyler? You got jump in. Explain what you're saying, because I'm not familiar with it.
The
Oh,
date time that
the
I was just
messaging
talking
window.
about. Yeah, I don't know if that would.
I don't think it applies to email. So Marlene, to answer your question, so in order to when we set this setting for Mondays, what we're telling Smart, or at least what Smart interprets, is that we want to bill from Sunday to Monday. And so it actually waits until a little after midnight. Oh no, I'm sorry, from Monday to Sunday. So it waits until a little after. Yesterday was the 8th. Yeah, so so the statement was generated at around 2 a.m. yesterday morning, Monday morning. So it should contain Monday through Sunday. However, why it waited an entire extra day to email, I'm not sure. This does look weird. Do you have a ticket in about this yet?
No, I figured I'd just jump on the call and ask, and
Yeah.
I can create a ticket right now.
Yeah,
and
I would
take
appreciate
up
it if you would.
everybody's time. Okay.
I'd love to investigate this further. Yeah.
So now, question: when I go to create a ticket now, it takes me to a Zoom camera.
Oh, so a couple of things you can do to bypass that is use the question mark icon in the bottom left of Smart, and I forget exactly what you click on. I think it's all the way down. Nope, it's at the top. Contact support.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's how you can do the chat, and you can also email support@smartsystems.com.
All right.
And they'll create
I've
a ticket
done that.
as well.
Yep. Okay.
Cool.
Okie doke.
All right.
Thank you.
And as of about noon today, it should put you in a Google Meet instead of a Zoom. A lot of people were having issues with the Zoom link. So.
Okay, and then Mike, I'll put in there about the price increase.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. Okay.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Yeah, go ahead, Marlene.
Hey guys, is there ever going to be a way that we can add a second, like, I have two accounts, and I might have worked this up before, but I have a client that lives in two homes, and then when you go to create that second account, it says, oh, this account, they have this phone number is already in use, and there's always like, that backdoor BS. So can't you use the same number and you guys
We
figure
have a
out
solution now.
and then oh, let's hear.
Yeah. Okay. So there is, gosh, I got to remind myself where it is, but there is a setting which can be set globally or individually. And we recommend it for most use cases. You set it at the individual level to allow you to use someone in particular's phone number on a second account. In your case, because I know a lot of your customers have the situation, I don't know what proportion, but I know it's not rare for you. It might make sense to do it on one of your brands or globally. But the allow same, yeah. So I'm gonna find the setting
Can you
here. It's
show
under,
us? Like, can you
yeah,
share
yeah,
the screen?
yep. I just wanted to make sure I could actually locate it here. Allow same. Is it company settings? Oh, I misspelled allow. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Get my screen up. Okay, so there's the setting. I'll just go back to the top real quick. Excuse me. So everybody knows we're in system settings. Then we go to the company settings tab. And then there is, if you're on a browser, you can use Control F to find allow same email and phone number for different customers. And we check that box,
Wow.
it lets you do it.
Okay. Are you in my instance? You should check
Yeah,
it.
this is yours. All right, okay. You sure you want it globally? Because it,
Well, I mean, right now there's probably nobody in there because it never allowed us to do that. But
right,
we were never allowed to set up. I have accounts with no phone numbers and no email address, and all we keep typing in is no in
right,
order to
okay.
bypass it.
Yeah, okay. So, and I just want to make sure, like, we're making an
What's the
informed decision when we
downside?
turn it on globally. So the
Right.
downside is that we accidentally duplicate phone numbers. Even if you make a typo, if you accidentally type in a number and you get the last digit wrong and it turns out it's somebody else's number, when this setting is off, Smart gives you a little heads up. Hey, that's actually already in use. That may be a useful message.
Right.
You won't get that if we turn this on globally.
Okay.
The alternative to turning it on globally is, and it kind of depends on under what context that second account is set up. So if it's usually your staff doing it, then it's real easy. They just need to know to go to the first account, come to the same place in the settings on the first account and check the box. And then that makes that account's email and phone number duplicable, I guess is the word.
Wait a second. So they
Uh,
have to go into company settings to allow it?
So like, for example, if we use Matt test, let's say Matt test this, I need to use this phone number for Matt's brother or whatever. So
Okay.
I go to his account, profile,
Mm-hmm.
settings, company settings, and then it's the same name right here.
Yeah,
So,
that's a little scary.
okay.
I meant to have one of my employees going into
You don't want them
settings
going in
and
there a lot. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to
Okay.
think about that. Okay, no knee jerk,
Okay.
but
Okay. Do you want to wait on doing it globally then?
yeah,
Think
I'm
about it?
gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to the rest of the team.
Sure.
And what would be the service, like customer service detail, like who has access to that? To being able to
So
check that box? Is it just whoever's detailing the order?
yeah, so I don't remember if there's an explicit permission or if it's implicit. I think it might be implicit. Let me check real quick. Oh, wait, Learning Center. Hey, can you guys still see this tab in the new window? No? Okay. All right, I'm just searching real quick. Oh, share this tab instead. I can update it. Great.
And also, Marlene, I do want to say, so you don't necessarily get the error that it says, hey, this number is already in use, as in preventing you from it. But if you were to turn it on globally, it does leave a yellow kind of, not necessarily an error, but more of a warning, letting you know, hey, this is already being used on this customer. So it tells you exactly what customer it is being used for. So
Mhm.
I don't know if it's really as scary, but it is something to watch out for, especially whenever you're dealing with different brands. And different groups of people
Mhm.
for some cleaners. So
Well, we had the workaround with two accounts. One is in Manhattan, one is in, Long Island. And that whole check the box override. I have clients who have a pickup on Wednesday in Manhattan and then a client who's in the Hamptons who has a pickup on Thursday. So we just set up separate accounts for each of them so that there was no confusion because it was getting
Yeah.
out of hand.
And so that could be one of the cases that Mike is kind of, on edge about changing,
Mm-hmm.
where it
Okay.
could have effect, but we're not too sure what it would
Right.
necessarily
Okay.
affect. Just like when you tried geofencing and figured out it was not for your company. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good to know.
So it appears that access to the settings tab on a customer profile is not listed in our documentation for permissions. So I'm actually gonna have to find out about that and get back to you,
Okay, sure.
unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, Zach, go ahead.
So I was playing around with the KPIs, and I'm trying to build a report. I want to see all of my undetailed pieces that I have, like waiting to be detailed in the system. But I want it broken out by financial department. The system seems to struggle with like segregating between an undetailed alteration or an undetailed dry cleaning or an undetailed laundry piece, like splitting those into buckets. Any idea on how to like get me that information?
What exactly do you mean by undetailed in this case?
Someone comes in and drops off like a 10-piece dry cleaning order. It's just sitting in a bag waiting to be, marked into the system. And someone comes in and drops off a 5-piece laundry order and also just waiting to be taken into the system. And then I've also got 10 alterations that are waiting to be entered into the system. All we've done is we've created the drop ticket or like the initial ticket for them, given it to the customer. And then no other details have been added. Just we only have the piece count.
Okay. Do you have department specific piece counts? Meaning, do you click a button for a department when you make a new order?
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, because I was going to say, unless you have that, unless you're using that feature, Smart won't know the department for an undetailed order. But with that, we can do it, at least in principle. I don't think I've ever tried it with undetailed orders. I don't see why they wouldn't come up under department though. There should be a default undetailed orders report. Let's see, undetailed all orders. Okay, so I'll find that. Undetailed all orders. Okay, so this is sorted by created date and due date. So if we gave up one of these aggregations, we should be able to change that to financial department. And yeah, it seems to work. So here, I'll share my screen here real quick, just so you can see what I just did. So this is your, put it back the way it was. This is a report in your system for Milton Edie's called Undetailed All Orders. Yeah, I'll zoom it in. There we go. Okay, and so it's grouped by created date, and then these are due dates for the columns. So when I go into the config, I just change due date to financial department. Give it a moment to update. There we go. So it breaks them down by department.
Did you see the missing column though?
Yeah, so if it's definitely possible to not have a department. In fact, if you hit the other button when you make a new order, that's what you'll get. There's no, it's not, we call it locked to a department, which is when the, didn't mean to close it. When there is a department listed here, the order is, quote, locked to that department, which actually means in detailing, you will only see items from that department. If you created it that way. Now, if there's already items on the order, if you created it under other, and then you detail it and close it, if they're all from the same department, it will also do this, but you're not restricted in that case. That's just kind of a side point. So yeah, missing is, I mean, that's legit.
Well,
I'm
clicking through it and I see like, this says dry cleaning.
Oh wait. Maybe it's not. Hold on.
This says laundry. What's interesting is you went by the group by to do this. I was actually doing it by the filtering, like under the order attributes is how I was approaching this. And I was getting I guess I was getting this result also, just like I just did dry cleaning and it gave me like the 12 instead. I know
Oh,
we're actively detailing right now, so those numbers are going to be a bit fluid.
yeah, that's fine. So Tyler just mentioned we may actually have an issue right now, just very new issue with the missing categorization when you group KPIs. So this column may actually be broken. However, wait, this only, oh, it's 9 pieces. That's what it is. And that is dry cleaning. Okay, yeah, so scratch the however. Yeah, it may actually just be an issue with how Smart is handling when the criteria for the grouping is missing, but we still have data. So the missing column, I think, may just be broken right now. So yeah, we'll try and get that fixed as soon as we can. But that makes me
Okay.
wonder if the total is correct.
Well, so it is calculating from what I've so it actually, like, go ahead and click the total of missing. Okay, it may not be broken, but in other reports that I've been looking at recently this week, the missing column will show the actual data, or as if it's as if it's calculating something, and then you click total, and then it shows no data to show. So we have something in to get that fixed. But I'm not sure if it is specific to all missing columns, or if it's, you know, the specific report type that I was looking at.
Okay, so another little bug that you guys are gonna work on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're already working on it, investigating.
Okay. I'll let my manager know he asked me for it, and because I'm pretty like I've tried to. I remember speaking to Josh about this, and he said, like, in the beginning when we switched to Smart, that they had issues grouping data that wasn't there yet, essentially, because the items aren't detailed. So it's just he described it as kind of wispy data. I don't even know if that makes sense from a technology perspective, but all right. Well, yeah, if we could get that fixed, I think it'd be very helpful for me to be able to identify, you know, which buckets I have incoming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
We definitely will fix it. Yes, we're not going to leave that.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Zach, have your drivers been using the new app recently?
Yes,
And
I
are
know.
is it better than what it was before? Because I know that we were getting a lot of issues there.
I appreciate you asking. I actually have a video I was supposed to send yesterday. It's continuing to get better. My understanding is, though, is it's still, for very large delivery orders, it's still getting caught up, or it loses a little bit of that data. And then so what ends up happening is I can be more specific. It's like got 15 orders that he's dropping off, like under like the one account. He scans everything. It looks like it's done. He ends the drop, and then a minute or two later, it shows up again
Comes back.
as if like potentially maybe 5 of those 15 were never actually like dropped off. And so then he has to go back and like manually like do a drop off.
Gotcha. And are they using the test flight version or the actual version from the App Store?
I forgot about that. I believe we're on, I think we're on the test flight version.
Okay. I wonder, because so within the last week and a half, we've really stabilized the app.
I forgot about test flight. It's a good call.
I wonder if maybe that's something, but obviously still send me that the same chain that we've been, or that you've been sending the videos on, and I'll look up and see what I can find in the database with that.
Okay, versus App Store app. Yeah, it's just there's just long videos. It's just funny. It's like it takes up so much of our phone's memory, like sending this stuff back and forth, or like my email memory. It's but yeah, I'll send it over.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, it is appreciated though. All the videos that you were sending, especially when we were dealing with all the issues, it was a lot of help when it came to compiling data and sending it over to the development team to get it all fixed. So
Well, it's our pleasure. Helping you is helping us. So
that's true. Yeah. All right. Looks like we just got about 10 more minutes. So see if anybody else has any questions, and then if not, we'll move on with our week. And then obviously, if anybody has any issues trying to get into Google Meet after with the headset button up in the top right, the normal support button, if you have any issues trying to get in there, or if your employees do have issues, definitely let us know. Send us an email, something. So we can refine it and try to make it better. I mean, we're still going to try to refine it and make it better. Got some ideas, but
I'm reviewing my notes and I've got one. I found another question. Sorry, I should have raised my hand.
no, you're good. You're good.
This is random. Is there a way to know when a special care got applied to an order?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. We use special cares for like DOA, or damaged on arrival. And we're also supposed to take pictures and use the annotation screen. But if a garment has been here like 5 times and I apply a new special care on the 5th visit, and I go back and print the 3rd visit's assembly ticket, is it going to change the special care based off of, so it will show me the old special care on like the old assembly ticket that it was missing, or that
Right.
like
Yeah. When you make changes to an order, each order basically has its own file. And when you make changes to an order, the data is saved to that file. And then if you go back and pull that order up later, you're accessing that same file. It may have a reference to the barcode, but it actually saves the detailing information in the file for the order, at least in effect. So yeah, when you go back and look at old orders, I think the only thing that might update is like if you change the name of an item in the price list. I think that's the only thing that can change retroactively on an order, including on the tickets that you would print from it. Everything
Okay.
else, especially special cares, pricing, all that kind of stuff, will be unchanged.
So I guess in theory, I could see when the special care changed by printing like the previous assembly tickets. I see like no damage, no damage, no damage, and then DOA on the most recent one, or something like that, if we added the DOA special care.
Yeah, and I wonder if
And
you might even be able to see it in the wardrobe. If that
yeah,
might be an easier way to do
that's
that.
what I was just looking at. You should be able to actually go to the history of the item, and as long as you choose the date that you're looking for, so you're saying like the 3rd time it came in, we put whatever special care on it. If you click on the history of that one and then you go over to details, it should have the exact details that were, or you may have to do detail screen and then click the history on the right side.
I've never seen special care as part of an item's history detail.
Right. Yeah. Not that part. So you know that I'm trying to find an example.
Yeah, me too. Trying to find something that's definitely been in more than once.
Right. Yeah. If you, Zach, if you have one, if you have heat seal number, that'll help us out. Can pull a report.
Oh, good. I found an orange customer from customers. Okay. Their stuff's been in many times. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay. So this one.
So yeah, if you click the detail screen, like click.
I don't. Oh, right. But I want to see if there's anything different. Oh, it was deleted from an order. So if you click on, yeah, it's not going to change the detailing screen.
But
You have
if
to
you
actually
click,
look at the original order.
yeah, but if you click on the history on the right side, so if it
I know.
had 5,
5 what?
like if it came in 5 times,
I'm saying we want to see the detailing info from one of those previous times.
right?
And I think what you're suggesting, when you click on one of the older orders in this view, it does not change the details
Hmm,
in the window.
that might only be for annotations.
Maybe so. Yeah, so I think Zach, you would have to look at the original orders, either directly in Close Tracker or printing invoices from them or whatever, but you'd have to interact with the original orders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tyler, it's your
Unless through a
opinion though that,
report.
I'm sorry?
I said unless you access it through a report or something.
Tyler, you think annotations is supposed to change as you click on
Yeah,
different history?
it is. Yep.
That's interesting. Okay,
I
we're
don't
gonna test that.
find it.
I didn't know that.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, I've done it multiple times where people had that issue. I just had to find one that has come in multiple times. I have yet to find one. But I'm just looking at recent customers that came in
So
today.
then when we add permanent damage as an annotation,
It'll
I
be
guess
on there. Yep.
that would supersede, or if so what you're saying is if there's a non-permanent annotation symbol or something, then that wouldn't reproduce itself on the future history.
I believe. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's why DOA stays on there. Yeah, because I have it set to permanent.
Yeah.
Okay. This was helpful. I'm going to play around with that.
Good deal.
I know I've done this with Jay's cleaners. I just wish I could find another one so I could just show you an example.
As far as capturing damage, would you recommend like the best way to go about it is just using the annotation screen?
I found an example. There it goes.
Here you go.
Okay, so what I was talking about is see how you can see the history on the right side. You can click down on these and it changes based on that. I was expecting it to be if you do the same thing here, you should be able to see it change special cares, but it looks like this one either A had the same all the way down or it did change. So if there was an annotation here, it'll show it here. Click this next one, it'll change, and then you click this next one, it changes obviously. Yeah, that's what I would do.
It looks like you
Was
lose the
totally not
ability
following the order.
to add annotations to the previous ones.
Yeah, you can't add anything. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it on this just in case I can, but
No, yeah. Once an order is totally done, you can't change it.
yeah, it actually doesn't let me. But then again, I am looking at a screen inside of a screen, so yeah.
All right, y'all. I appreciate you spending so much time with me. I'm sorry if I hogged all of the your attention today.
It's all good.
Oh no, by all means, we want discussion. So whoever has anything, feel free. Please do not, and this is to everyone, don't hesitate. Don't feel like you're going to hog anything, because you notice it's if nobody's talking, then nobody's talking. So yeah, feel free. Like really, don't hold back. We are literally here to talk to you guys. So talk to us.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for your time, and I'll see you both next week. I got to hop off.
Absolutely. All right.
All
Take
right.
care. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
You too.
All right, I guess we'll wrap it up there. Got 2 minutes left, but we'll wrap it up there. Don't want to waste anybody's time. And everybody have a great rest of your week. Thanks.